Lingportal Online School presents
All about since in English grammar. How to use since in English. In this grammar lesson, we will be speaking about the word since and its usage in English grammar. Since plays various roles in English speech and can act as a preposition, adverb, or conjunction. We use since in the following cases: when we're mentioning time or event in the past, when we're introducing reasons or explanations. Since to refer to a point in time. We use since to mention a time or event in the past when we're describing an event or situation that happened after that time. In this case, since acts as a preposition with a date, a time, or a noun phrase. Now memorize the rule. Since plus point in time. Since always has to be followed by a date or moment of time when an action started. Here are the examples. It was the artist's first live performance since June 2019. Since plus date. She has been happily married since the age of 23. Since plus noun phrase. Please note, since cannot be followed by a time period. We use for with a period to express duration from the beginning till the end of the period. For example, I have not seen him for 5 years. Since to introduce a subordinate clause. We can use since as a conjunction in order to introduce a subordinate clause. Here are the examples. Since moving to America, I've eaten a lot more hot dogs. Since plus clause. It's so long since I saw my son. Since plus clause. Tenses with since. In case when since introduces an action or event at the point of time in the past, we can use the past simple or present perfect after since. Since I moved to Dublin, or since I've moved to Dublin. I haven't seen my son. Note the common mistake. She is out of the office since you last phoned. Using present simple is the mistake. The present perfect tense should be used. She has been out of the office since you last phoned. Tenses with expression. It plus be plus time plus since. We can use the past simple, present perfect, or past perfect with the expression it plus be plus time plus since. For example, it is years since I drove a car. We use past simple. It is years since I've driven a car. In this case, we use the present perfect. Here are the following set of examples. It has been years since I drove a car. It has been years since I've driven a car. It had been years since I'd driven a car. Since plusing form. We use since plus ing form to refer to time when the subject of the verb is the same in the main clause and the subordinate clause. Since leaving school, she has had 3 or 4 temporary jobs. You can see that the subject, she, is the same. Since she left school, she has had 3 or 4 temporary jobs. Since or since then with an adverb of time. We can use since or since then as an adverb of time when the time reference is understood from the context. They bought the house in 2010, and they've done a lot of work on it since then. In this case, since then means since 2010. Since in order to give a reason. When we want to give a reason for something, we use since as a subordinating conjunction in order to introduce a subordinate clause. I'm forever losing things since I'm quite forgetful. Alex had no reason to take a taxi since his office was near to walk to. I am sure that everything is clear about since. Stay with us and enjoy your English learning.